Hi, it's Chris here, and in this video we're going to go through the best food dehydrators out there today. Now I've narrowed this list down to my absolute favorite 5, so no matter what you're looking for, there'll definitely be something on this list for you. So before we jump in, drop a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be updated with new videos. Alright, as usual, I'm going to skip all the fluff and just jump right in. If you want to confirm my recommendations, go in the description and check out that list to ensure you get the best price. Alright, so the first one on the list is going to go to my personal favorite. This is the Kasori Premium Stainless Steel Dehydrator. So this one is sleek, it's shiny, and it's probably better at drying out fruit than your ex is at drying out your DMs. This thing is black and stainless steel with a glass door, so you can stare at your shriveled up banana slices like they're art. Plus, it's fully assembled out of the box, because who has the patience to put together a dehydrator like it's IKEA furniture? Not me, not you. Key features: customizable time, temperature settings. You can set this beauty for up to 48 hours because apparently some of us really like our zucchini chips extra crispy. It also runs between 95 and 165 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's basically a sauna for your snacks. Even dehydration, no, not the kind you get from 3 glasses of whiskey. This thing keeps everything evenly dried from level to level. It's like the Swiss Army knife of dehydration, except less useful if you're stranded on a mountain. Quiet operation. This dehydrator is so quiet you'll forget it's even on. It's like the guy at the party who just stands in the corner, present, but not in your face. And automatic shut off, because we all know you'll forget it's running while binge watching Netflix. Safety first. And stainless steel trays and mesh screen. 6 trays to fit all your dehydrating dreams, plus a mesh screen for the tiny stuff. A cookbook is thrown in too, because apparently we need instructions on how to suck the moisture out of apples. And easy cleanup. Dishwasher safe trays, because let's be honest, the real reason you're here is that you don't want to spend 3 hours scrubbing dried pineapple juice off a metal tray. So who's it for? Well, if you're the kind of person who's into meal prep, or you're just tired of paying for overpriced health snacks, this is for you. Whether you want to dehydrate fruits, jerky, or turn kale into something remotely edible, this has got your back. Just make sure you've got enough countertop space, because this thing is about as subtle as a brick to the face. The next one is my recommendation for the best value. This is the Magic Mill Food Dehydrator machine. Alright, so first off, it's called Magic Mill, so it's already working some wizardry on your snacks. It's like a black box that turns your food into dehydrated deliciousness without the noise of a dying jet engine. Plus, if you've ever wanted to make fruit leather but didn't know how to stop it from looking like old shoe insoles, then this has got you covered. Key features: super quiet. This dehydrator is so quiet you'll have to check twice to make sure it's on. It's like the ninja of the dehydrator world, silent but deadly in a good way. Consistently great results as well. No surprises here except for the fact your mango slices won't look like they've been through a war zone. Everything dries evenly like a military lineup of perfectly dehydrated fruit. Automatic shut off and keep warm features as well. You're telling me I can dry my beef jerky and keep it warm after? This dehydrator is basically the food version of a cozy blanket. And 7 stainless steel trays. That's right, 7, because who just dehydrates one thing at a time? You've got enough space here to dry everything in your fridge like you're preparing for the apocalypse. Also easy to clean. All trays are dishwasher safe, which is great, because who wants to clean sticky fruit residue like it's punishment for a crime you didn't commit? And solid temperature and timer control. With a timer that goes up to 24 hours, you could theoretically dehydrate for an entire day. The temperature range is 95 to 165 degrees Fahrenheit, so whether you want to gently dry herbs or turn your beef jerky into something you could build a house with, you're all set. So who's it for? Well, this is for the snack enthusiast who doesn't have time to wait around but also doesn't want to hear a lawnmower going off in the kitchen. It's bulky, so make sure you've got the counter space, but if you can handle the size, it's a beast. Perfect for anyone who wants their food as evenly hydrated as their patience is when people who overuse the word moist. The next one is my recommendation for the best budget option. It's the Elite Gourmet Food Dehydrator. So this is the budget champ. It's the dehydrator for people who want to dry fruit but also don't want to spend more than they do on a few lattes. Compact, collapsible, affordable. It's basically the IKEA of hydrators minus the assembly nightmare. Sure, it's got its quirk, but for $40, it's not trying to reinvent the wheel. It's more like that trusty old car that gets you where you need to go but leaks oil every now and then. Key features: affordable, it's cheap. You could probably buy it with the change you found in your couch cushions, and it works too, so that's win-win. Compact and collapsible design too. It's like a dehydrator with a Marie Kondo complex. When you're done with it, collapse the trays, toss it in the drawer, and forget it exists until you're ready to dry your next round of sad-looking strawberries. And dishwasher safe. Hate cleaning? Perfect, because the trays can be thrown in the dishwasher. Just remember to rinse off the fruit guts first so you don't end up with sticky plates that your dishwasher will judge you for. And basic controls, it's got one knob and that's it. No frills, no bells and whistles, just good old temperature ranges that make it feel like you're spinning a wheel of fortune every time you set it. Will my fruit leather dry or will it turn into jerky? Let's find out. Even drying though, the bottom dries faster than the top, kind of like when you get sunburn but only on your shoulders. If you're making fruit leather, just be prepared to babysit this bad boy. Also, it takes a bit longer. If patience is a virtue, consider this thing a lesson in character building. It'll get there, just maybe not as fast as its fancier cousins, but hey, $40. We can't all be Ferraris. So who's it for? Well, it's for the frugal food lover who wants to dip their toe into the world of dehydration without selling a kidney. Sure, it's basic and the drying isn't perfectly even, but if you're just drying some herbs or fruits, this little gadget will do the job. It's perfect for anyone who wants their dehydrator to work hard but expects it to act like it's on a smoke break half the time. The next one is my recommendation for the best mid-range option. It's the Nesco Garden Master Food Dehydrator. So this machine is another Swiss Army knife of dehydrators, except it's American, bulkier, and way more fun to use if you're into drying fruit instead of, surviving in the wilderness. It's got digital controls, adjustable temperature settings, and enough space to dry most stuff than your last breakup. Key features: digital controls, easy to use because we're all too lazy to deal with confusing knobs and dials. Plus, it lets you crank up the temperature from 90 to 160 degrees so you can slow cook herbs or fast track that beef jerky like a dehydrating ninja. Quick to heat up as well. It hits temperature in 10 minutes, faster than your ex getting mad about nothing. And at its top temp, the outside stays cool to the touch so you won't accidentally burn yourself while checking if your fruit leather is still fruit or just now leather. Expandable drying space as well. It starts with 4 trays, but you can slap on up to 20. Because why stop at drying just a couple of bananas when you can dry an entire rainforest of food? And adjustable drying pressure. The dehydrator adjusts the pressure based on how many trays you're using, so no matter how much you overload it, everything gets an even blast of air. It's like a high-tech hairdryer for food. And top-mounted fan. The fan's up top, which means no drips of your sticky fruit juice falling into the motor, unless you're into that kind of mess. But for the rest of us, this is a lifesaver. Also an opaque design. You can't see inside this thing, which means your dehydrated food is basically Schrodinger's fruit until you open it up. Is it done? Is it still moist? Who knows until you take a peek. So who's it for? Well, it's for those who love a bit of DIY snackage, but also appreciate a machine that's as reliable as it is quirky. Sure, you can't check the progress without cracking it open, but if you're the patient type or the set and forget it type, this could be for you. Perfect for snack enthusiasts who aren't afraid to commit to drying half their pantry in one go and who prefer their food dry but their outer surfaces cool to the touch. The next one is my recommendation for the best high-end option. It's the Tribus Digital Food Dehydrator. So this thing is more luxurious than a Tesla, except it doesn't drive you anywhere. It just dries your food with the sophistication of a sommelier swirling wine. If you're looking to flex on your friends while making fruit leather jerky or drying herbs at the speed of a hungover snail, this is the machine for you. And let's not forget, a 10-year warranty. It's like the dehydrator is saying, I'm here for the long haul, baby. Key features: temperature adjustments from 77 to 167 degrees Fahrenheit. Want to dry some delicate herbs? Sure. Need to make jerky that's practically a medieval weapon? Done. This thing handles it all, and you don't even need to pre-cook your meat because science. And whisper quiet operation. It's so quiet you could run it in a library. No one would hear. It's like your dehydrator is sneaking around drying your food without anyone noticing. And 11 stainless steel trays. You can dry enough food to feed a small village, actually, or just prepare for that one weird weekend where you only eat kale chips and jerky. LED lights and glass door. Look inside and admire your food as it goes from moist to sad to crunchy and happy, like watching a reality TV makeover but for tomatoes. And cooking modes. This thing has more modes than a moody teenager. Fast, raw, combination, continuous. Pick your poison and let it do its magic. Dishwasher safe as well, because if you're dropping $500 odd on this machine, you're not about to wash those trays like a peasant. And up to 120-hour timer. Yes, because sometimes you just want your food to dry slower than your life decisions. So who's it for? Well, if you're balling on a budget, this isn't for you. But if you're the type of person who spends more on kitchen gadgets than rent and expects your appliances to outlive your next 3 relationships, look no further. With its massive capacity, luxury features, and whisper-quiet operation, this one is for the snack connoisseur who takes their jerky as seriously as their bank balance. Perfect for anyone who's okay with paying a small fortune to dry things that are technically free when left out in the sun. Alright, so those are my recommendations there. Hopefully there's something on that list for you, but if you have any questions, drop them down below. And if you found value in this video, drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.